What's up guys, I'd like to welcome you to a new style of shooting and a style of review that I'll be doing for the channel. Now these will be one takes where I'll be taking a select couple of cars and taking them down a B road on the Isle of Wight. Now first off we have this Alfa Romeo 147, it's a 2005 model. It's the diesel variant with 150-ish brake horsepower. Now this one, a couple of mods have been done to it. It has an EGR blank and a decat straight through exhaust system. The boost is now actually running 42 PSI on peak boost, so quite apprehensive as to my first Alfa Romeo drive in one of these. I've never really driven one, looked around one, you know, I've looked around new Alfas and stuff, but I wanted to grab this one as one of the first ones because my God, these cars are relatable. They're ridiculously cheap these days, so my biggest thing was, how much do you get for your money? How much do you get for your money in one of these 147s? Now this being the diesel variant means that you get the fantastic MPG figure that you want to see in something cheap and something that you want to drive daily. Now, touching on the MPG side, around 45 MPG you'll be getting in one of these. Obviously, if you're going to uprate the boost and, you know, put a straight through exhaust system on it, you're gonna get, you know, a little bit of a variant in the MPG. But the owner, Alex, which massive shout out to him for letting me take the car out. He's claiming 45 MPG around daily driving. Now, this is the 6-speed manual version of the 147. And my biggest thing is I want to know value for money. You know, value for money, what do you get on these? Realistically, you're going to get these around £1,000 these days, maybe even cheaper. Biggest things to look out for, I'd say electrics. Alfa Romeo is one of those things. You're going to get that Alfa styling, the cheapness, but you're going to get, in my opinion, not problems, but you're going to get the electrical faults that you're going to get from, you know, this style of car. They're very good, they're very nice cars, but you do get that side of it. Now driving wise, straight away jumping in it, the clutch, although, you know, a little bit stiff in this one, it's not too bad. You can sort of get a grasp of it. The gearbox has quite a nice throw to it, it's nice and notchy, so you can sort of use it to your needs, you know, dropping down, it's quite easy. Brakes, yeah, they're good. You know, halfway down on the actual pedal is when you'll sort of start to feel the brakes actually kicking in. Now it does definitely go for what it is. This is a daily driver and it's a little diesel hatchback at the end of the day, but it does definitely pick up the speed when it wants to. Dropping it in, you can blip it, you know, slightly. Again, diesels, you can't really blip down a gear. Now the positioning in the road and sort of the feel of when you do tip it into a corner is probably the best thing about this car. It's the bit that surprises me the most. I think that these are good as a base platform, but you do get a sort of finesse that you don't get in the same sort of price range diesel hatchbacks. Now I do feel that although the styling is, you know, not to everyone's taste, I quite like the styling of these. The front, I'm a big fan of the offset number plate with, you know, the look of the sort of sharper headlights and the sharper rear end, sort of delving from that sharpness into more of a blobbed shaped car. I'm a fan of it. For the money, I'm a big fan of it. Now, driving feel, the throttle pedal, there's no sort of pushing back on the throttle pedal. It's very easy to put your foot down, so it's an easy car to drive. The steering, very light, very, you know, responsive, I'd say, with what you want to do with, you know, the driving input. You're able to throw it around a little bit with, you know, the suspension being the way it is. I quite actually like, not necessarily the vagueness, but the ease of the steering. And there's not too much body roll, which is a big thing. I think if you're going to get one of these and you're looking to buy, you know, cheap, but you're looking for a daily driver, you want it to do certain things. I think this does everything absolutely fantastically, but you're going to get the Alfa Romeo side of it, you're going to get the reason why it's depreciated, and that isn't a bad thing. I must stress that is not a bad thing. I think you get a fantastic amount of car for your money in these. You do get the big boot, you get these fantastic seats, which I must point out, I am a huge fan of the seats. Right guys, let's have a quick look around this Alfa Romeo 147. Now the front styling of these, I'd say, is the best part of the whole styling package that you get with these 147s. The sharper sort of headlights coming down with the centre grille offset number plate. Really big fan of the front of it. Now this doesn't, you know, do justice with the side of the car. I think the side of the car is a little bit, not as bland, but it's a bit more sort of flat, and it's not as stylish. You do get a bit of flair at the back of the car with this sort of angle coming down here, but coming around the back of the car, not as sharp as the front, don't get me wrong. Still a big fan of this sort of blacked out bit around the number plate, with the sort of lights going down. Would probably benefit from a little kick up spoiler on one of these, but you know, the styling is very contemporary. I think for a 55 plate car, you've still got a lot of sort of style factors in with sort of the car itself. Coming inside, big fan of the interior. The seats, best part of the car in my opinion. Very comfortable, big bolsters, nice sort of headrest, and you know, back support right up here. You've got a very, you know, nice sort of seating position. You've got an armrest there as well, although big point out, obviously with this being funny engineered, the handbrake is quite hard to get to with the armrest in the way there. But you do get a good driving position in these. I do like the sort of driving feel. The throw of the gear stick's really good. Obviously the driving feel of this sort of steering rack's quite quick. Coming round the other side into the driver's door and looking back into the back of the car, you've still got more than enough sort of room for a fully sized adult. Nice sort of back seats with an armrest as well. So big fan of the interior. That's the bit that sort of shocked me the most, is the interior side of this is very well put together. The quality is very nice for sort of a car that's depreciated so much. And from the driver's seat, you have a cup holder here, you have a card holder there. This has an aftermarket stereo in it as well, so that's a possibility if you wanted to do that. You've got sort of a swooping dash coming around, so there's quite a lot of room inside here considering the size of car. Very thought out, well put together car. Yeah, you do get the interior. I'm a big fan of the interior, although the dash, you know, it's got a bit of a controversial lines to it. I like the shape of the steering wheel. The steering wheel's really nice. The dials, very sort of Alfa Romeo, if that makes any sense to anyone, but it's got a good finesse to the car. It's not a boxy, boring car, which is the big thing. Now going down a more rougher road with potholes and stuff, still going over a pothole there, going over a pothole here, it's very comfortable, which is a big thing. I think if you're after a car that's going to do the daily side, you want it to be comfortable, you want it to be a nice car to be in. You do have all of this sort of leather going down the door cards with the stitching, the seats, bolster support, and sort of the support up here. I'm a larger gentleman, as you guys know, and it's very nice. You've got, you know, the back support that I'm after in a car especially, and you've also got the sort of hugging side that you want from, you know, some finesse driving when you want to have a bit of fun. Back seats, there's more than enough room. Even in my driving position, I think you still get a full-size adult behind us, and again the boot is big enough for various things, shopping, prams, whatever you fancy putting in there. Now, insurance for these, you know, depending on where you are, what part of the country you're in and stuff, will vary. I've heard horror stories and I've heard fantastic stories about these cars with the insurance side. They're very good at a price point though, and that's what I've got to stress about, especially this car. They're very cheap, and I'm going to say cheap in a very good way. They're very sort of easy to get on board with. I think you can pick them up for next to nothing, and I do see a lot of them around, but then again I do see a lot of failed ones, broken ones that are around, you know, with the gearboxes that have broken and certain other bits and bobs that may have broken in its lifetime. I will stress that this is not a bad thing, it's a good thing. You know, you want to buy something that's cheap and reliable for your daily driving, I don't actually think, you know, other than the VWs and stuff that you could possibly get, Mark IVs and stuff, you can't really get anything with this much sort of style, something a little bit different. And it's quite pokey, you know, you do get a lick on when you throw your foot down and then you tip it into a corner. Not too much roll, the back end comes round very, very neatly. And as we come back onto this beautiful tarmacked road with a bloody Volvo in front of us and now a Nissan in front of us, the car itself is very nice to be in. It's a good place to be. The clutch, again, very good, but it makes those noises. So this one having the straight through exhaust system on it means that you get the blow off valve noise, which is good. Obviously decatted with a straight through exhaust system. On a diesel car, you're going to get that sound from it, and that's how you produce that sound. If anybody wants to know how to produce that sound out of their diesel car, just straight pipe it. This one, although it's got, you know, boxes, no resonator or anything in it, no drone under load, which is a very, very good thing. Every time I've gone to, you know, take exhaust out of a car especially, it's been one of those things where you have to put up with, you know, the resonation has completely gone in the car. But yeah, as a car, as a, you know, a daily driver and something cheap to get in as well, no one else is looking at these, I don't think. No one else is, you know, buying or, you know, wanting to be a part of the Alfa Romeo lifestyle, I'd say, that comes with these cars. You know, you do have to sort of look around for a good one. I would pressure people into buying a good one. This has 102,000 miles on this one, no lights on the dash, and no problems to report. After driving this car for a while, it's a very pleasant place to be. There's not a lot of wind noise, there's not a lot of road noise. It's very comfortable and, you know, just a well-maintained version of itself. Something hard to find, I think, in the Alfa Romeo realms of, you know, used cars as well. You know, used cars, massive, you know, sector, especially with these being, you know, cheap. They are very, very cheap, very good value for money, which is the biggest thing. That's why I wanted to grab this car, is a starter into the one take. So I wanted to show you guys that, you know, if you want to buy a daily driver 40, 50 plus MPG, you can still have a little bit of fun. This one's been straight piped, which is awesome. No, you know, sort of terrible noises coming from the back of the car. And if you really want to have a bit of fun, it still, you know, rewards you in a way. It's not lumpy, it's not sort of, you know, flowing all around the place. Set up very, very well from the factory, these, even with 102,000 miles on it and, you know, 10, 15 years under its belt. Still drives very, very good. Very, very impressed. Now, if you guys like this one take, please let me know in the comment section below. I want to know what car you guys want me to one take next. This big idea of the channel changing from, you know, more of the cinematic stuff into a one take means that I'm able to produce more content for you guys. Now, let me know if there's anything else you want to know about the cars. I'll try and list off certain bits and bobs, but just let me know in the comments what you think about this sort of style of shooting. The biggest thing for me is letting you guys know what I'm doing with the channel and what you can expect. And I just want your input. I want to know what you guys think of the new setup. What do you think of this sort of style? And as I pull into the lay-by again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. Head over to fydapparel.com, cop yourself some FYD merch to support the channel. I'll see you all guys in the next one. Cheers, guys.